Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette and the Alchemy palette. So I bought the Alchemy palette quite a while ago from Sephora.com. It arrived very fast, very well packaged. I bought the Pastel Goth palette from the Kat Von D website, and that was kind of a nightmare. So I ordered it on January 6th. It didn't ship out until January 10th. It didn't get here until January 12th. I could have bought it from Sephora's website on January 10th and it would have got here on January 12th. So I was really kind of irritated by that. I had to pay $5.95 shipping from Kat Von D's website. I didn't get it for free like I would have from Sephora. And in addition to that, as if that wasn't bad enough, when I got my palette, it was wrapped in like thin black tissue paper, which was fine, but there was no bubble wrap around the palette. The bubble wrap was just loose floating in the box. So I was really lucky that this didn't arrive shattered. I was very, very upset to see how it was packaged. So needless to say, that was my first time ordering from Kat Von D's website, and it will probably be my last time because I don't want to deal with that again. For whatever flaws you may have with Sephora, at least Sephora packages things well and you don't get them broken. So Kat Von D, I love your products, but I do not like whoever handles your shipping and packing stuff out from your website. They are not good. So yeah, I had a little bit of drama getting this palette from Kat Von D's website. There's also a little bit of drama surrounding the name of this palette. So for those of you unfamiliar with the goth subculture, you may not know that there are many different types of goth. You've got traditional, cyber, death rocker, metal, Victorian, tribal, pastel, gothic Lolita, new goth, etc. Like lots and lots of different types. Pretty much you can find a type of goth for whatever you want to do, which is pretty cool. It's probably one of the reasons why the subculture is doing so well, because there are so many different types of goths. There's that issue with the name. And then there's the other issue with the fact that people take issue with the fact that it says it's pastels. They're like, these are not pastel colors. They think that the colors are too bright or too dark. They don't fit their definition of pastel. Well, pastel is a spectrum. The pastel color family has low to intermediate saturation, which if you look at the colors in this palette, that pretty much fits what the colors look like in this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the palette up close. I personally think that the name is perfect and fits. The Alchemist palette is much more straightforward. It's just a holographic palette that's basically meant for layering on top of your lipsticks, your eyeshadows, your blushes. It's a transforming palette, which is why it's called Alchemist. It's very cute. Only 4 shadows. I did do live swatches of both of these palettes for you. I used Urban Decay's Primer Potion, and I also used the Urban Decay Moondust brush to swatch the colors. 2 of the shades didn't swatch as nice on my arm as I felt like they should have, because when I put them on my eyes, I had no problem. The colors Meow and Dope, which are my inner lid and outer lid, both of the purples, they didn't swatch as nice as I expected them to, but I had no issues applying them for my look. Let's jump into the swatches. Star is a daffodil yellow. Clementine is a pastel peach. Meow is a pinky purple lilac. Dope is a blue-toned purple lavender. Doom is a sky blue. This makes me think of Invader Zim. Doom de doom de doom. Gloom is a meadow green. This reminds me of Ruby Gloom. Dagger is a stone gray. Skull is a pure white. These are all matched, which is awesome. So here's the Alchemist palette. Emerald green, sapphire blue, amethyst purple, pink opal. Here are all the swatches together. I wanted to make sure that you could see them in all of their goodness. So the next thing I wanted to do is to show you what the Alchemist colors look like layered on top of the Pastel Goth palette. I thought you might enjoy just seeing that because I plan on using these 2 palettes together. For the look I'm wearing today, I used this palette on top of colors from the Pastel Goth to create my look, and I also use this as highlighter on my cheeks, so I think it's pretty awesome. I've used it on top of lipsticks as well as eyeshadows. The packaging for both of these palettes I really like. The Alchemist is holographic and it's white, and so you can see like the rainbow iridescence, or at least I hope my camera is showing you the rainbow iridescence, but I like it. It's also like dirt resistant, where a lot of white palettes just, I swear, like the moment you touch them, they get gross and dirty, like my Natasha Denona, I'm looking at you. This one, no, like it's pretty much dirt resistant. I haven't had a problem with it getting dirty at all, and it may just be that the type of material, that like the way it's coated on the outside doesn't seem to get dirty, so that's really nice. The Pastel Goth, this palette is very sleek and sturdy. Oh, and you already saw the mirror in that one. This one has a sturdy mirror inside as well, and I don't feel like there's a ton of wasted space in the palette, so it's just, I don't know, it's a nice size. It's pretty travel friendly. It's a little bit longer than my hand, maybe like an inch longer than the tip of my nails. They're both pretty lightweight but pretty sturdy, so I think they would be fine for travel. So overall, I am in love with the Pastel Goth palette. To me, basically, the colors in here work well as lid colors or transition colors on my hooded eyes. So this is a way for me to be able to add more brighter, like light to mid-tone mattes to my collection to make transitional colors on the hood of my eye, which is awesome because that's what I would like. And basically, I feel like if you have this palette and the Kat Von D Metal Matte, you're pretty much set for all of the matte shades you probably need. So I'm really thrilled about that. I also love that if you add in the Alchemist, you can basically make all of these lighter shades that you put on the lid and make them reflective while using just the matte counterpart on the hood of your eye or the crease of your eye to create a really pretty look, monochromatic look. The thing that I don't like about it is that it does have a white, and the Metal Matte palette already has a white, so I kind of wish that this was either more of a pinky pink or a lighter gray. And I mean, I did, when I put the gray Dagger in my crease today, I did mix it with the white to make it a lighter gray to transition and have it blend out, and I think it looks really good. But I feel like with only 8 colors, I would have been happier if there was like a warm pink in here as well. And I will insert a picture of my look up here somewhere so you can see up close what I did. Yeah, for me overall, I love the Pastel Goth palette. I'm a huge fan of the Kat Von D eyeshadow formula. I find it works really well for me. I don't find that I struggle to blend it out like I do some eyeshadows from other brands. I feel like I can build up the colors exactly the way I want them and work with them. So I love this palette. I think it's totally worth $38, or in my case, $47. It still breaks down to something like $5.87 per eyeshadow if you bought it and had to pay shipping like I did. Or it's like $4.75 an eyeshadow if you buy it from Sephora and you don't have to pay for shipping, which is what I recommend you do. The Alchemy palette, while I do really like it, I don't feel like it's as good of a deal because you only get 4 eyeshadows, and while the palette is only $32, that still breaks down to $8 an eyeshadow. So I feel like it's on the pricey side, and especially because I do have indie dupes for these colors. So I really like the palette. I just think that for the amount of product that you get, it's not the best value for your dollar, which I feel like this is a really excellent value for your dollar, much like I felt like the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette was a great value for your dollar. Really, if you have the Metal Matte, the Pastel Goth, and the Alchemist palette, you can come up with so many different looks. You wouldn't need to use anything else but those 3 palettes. So yeah, anyway, I love the Pastel Goth palette from Kat Von D. I'm pretty fond of the Alchemist palette too. What do you think of these guys? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share. I love it when you share my videos. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching.